Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of New Tales Retold. And today we're talking about episode one of What If, Captain Carter, Captain Peggy Carter. Um, which before we talk about like the episode itself, let's talk about like the animations and all that stuff and how they did it. Um, yeah, how did you feel? Because a lot of people aren't apparently fans of it.
I like I thought it was cool. Though I do think they could have done better because I feel like a lot of modern animations have are they I don't know, they kind of look better
Yeah,
and like the art is okay. Not a big fan of the art. I guess it kind of works for you know, like a one-time thing,
yeah,
like a real quick okay, we're just going to do this. These are the
yeah.
animations. So I feel like that was the best part of the whole thing was the animations.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the animations were pretty cool too. And I know some moments where they would speak, it wouldn't look like the mouth wouldn't move with what they were saying, but I feel like that was kind of that goes with the animations that they
Yeah.
had.
That didn't really bother me too much because
Yeah.
I watch a lot of animated stuff and they do that quite often.
Yeah.
The mouth will be completely off, but that's because they have to account for other languages they're going to be
Mhm.
putting it in.
Yeah. So it's like they give some movement, so
Yeah,
it's not just like
or just mouth open though.
right. What are you doing? It's like
Hey
right when
guys,
the
how
mouth
you
is open.
doing?
So they played the decision of her becoming Captain Carter by her wanting to stay outside and watch
Oh yeah,
the
she
experiment
decided.
happen,
Yeah.
right? She didn't want to go into the booth, which I watched back to Captain America, the first Avenger, and that's not how it really played out. Everyone was in the booth.
Yeah.
Only people downstairs that were out there were scientists.
Yeah.
So that part was a little weird. That kind of made no sense. And it's only because my OCD self had to go and double check to see if they did it exactly how it was portrayed, and it wasn't. No one was down there, and the person that did attack didn't attack until after the experiment,
Yeah.
which it makes sense. You want to make sure it works before you start taking stuff, because
Yeah.
what if it just killed him?
Yeah, that's true.
Are you gonna go out of your way and steal something that's
Yeah.
useless? Um,
I
yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of the decisions that they made.
Yeah, I
I
haven't seen the second one. Well, I have. I've seen
no,
a
yeah, I'm,
bit.
I'm even
Yeah.
just talking about the first one.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I just felt like watching it, there was no significant reason for the main event to happen. In fact, getting the serum was a better alternative than Steve. Things
Mhm.
actually kind of turned out better in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, she was, and at the time, she was much more experienced.
Yeah.
She was a much more experienced soldier, and we
Yeah,
kind of saw.
definitely.
I feel like we saw that come into play. I feel like she was a complete badass compared
She
to
was.
Steve.
Uh-huh. Definitely,
She was
100%.
taking on everything. Maybe they just showed more. Maybe Steve did, but they just showed us
Because they
more.
could. It was an animation,
Yeah.
unlike live action where you're limited.
Yeah, but the whole scene of her taking down the airplanes in the air,
Yeah.
that was an epic scene. That was like Steve needed a scene like that. That would
Yeah.
have been crazy.
Yeah. It was okay. I felt like everything was happened way too quick. But then again, they put a movie worth of stuff into this short 45 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Was it like 45 minutes?
No, it was short. It
Shorter,
was
right?
like
Was
a
it?
half hour, and that it was. I think it was 30 minutes. That's literally including their intro, the
Yeah. Okay.
credits, and
Yeah. So
all
look
that.
at that.
So
So it's just like you're putting almost 2 hours length of stuff into that short amount of time. So it's
yeah,
understandable. Everything happened fast. But I don't know.
the biggest thing, because you got this ripple effect, right? That one decision was made that caused a different Captain America. Now, because of that, you had this ripple effect of all these different things that turned out different. And the biggest thing is, especially because it's confirmed that this is connected like canon to the MCU.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier was never made. Bucky never became the Winter Soldier when
Yeah, because that's
she was.
because Steve was there with the suit. That's one thing that didn't make sense to me is what does Peggy getting the serum have to do with Howard making a
Creating a
suit?
suit. Mm-hmm.
Because they
Um,
got the Tesseract and he was able to use it. They had the Tesseract from to begin with. They ended up getting it in the end.
I think it's supposed.
Or did no? Or
Mm-hmm.
was it buried in the ice with
What?
Steve? The Tesseract.
It fell into the ocean, and then
And
they ended up recovering it.
was that they recovered it after Howard died?
Crap, I don't remember.
Because if they did recover it after Howard died, then it would make sense he couldn't create the suit because he did use the Tesseract to make the
Mm-hmm.
suit in the What If. So, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It
that
just
that.
like the way the MCU played out, they
Mm-hmm.
made it seem like all of this decisions that were made were the best decisions with the least amount of like pretty
Repercussion.
yeah like
Mm-hmm.
repercussions. And then now they're showing the What If like with this Cap one, and it's like that seemed like it was a better alternative.
Yeah.
It than Cap becoming
Mm-hmm. Because
Captain
he
America,
never, no one died on the thing. He never became
Winter
Winter
Soldier. We ended up
Soldier.
getting the
Steve
suits
still became
earlier.
a war hero
Yeah,
still.
think about that. Imagine if if Howard made suits and then Tony had that to already work with. You know how
Mm-hmm.
much better those suits are gonna be.
Yeah,
Because
but then
he,
again, it would have been at a time where Tony was creating weapons of mass destruction.
that is true. That is true.
So that if we would have seen that go further into the MCU, that would have probably played out a whole different
Yeah.
way.
How no they wouldn't because Howard would be alive because there's no Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So it's like he
true.
would have his father to guide him throughout
Yeah,
through all of that too.
and I honestly I think it's tough when it's not really when you don't put it out there, right? But I was reading the most recent Tony Stark comic. Well, not the most recent, but I think it was the 2018 comic. It was Tony Stark Iron Man,
Mm-hmm.
and he he winds up finding out information about his father in the past, and it turns out throughout the comics that Tony finds a lot of secrets, a lot of things that his dad was working on that he never
Yeah.
knew. And we kind of saw that in the MCU. I think it was in Iron Man 2. Remember, he had the big board, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, my dad, he had all." Maybe that's one of those things. Maybe he had a suit made, something, but Tony never knew. But if you don't really imply that, and
Yeah.
and unless you're a heavy comic reader, you're not really gonna be like, "Oh, okay, that's not surprising,"
Yeah.
you know. But if you're just a movie watcher and you just dabble on researching stuff, then you're not gonna put those two together. You're just gonna
Yeah.
be like, okay. But still,
Exactly.
even then, it's like you could have brought it forward. You could have given a better explanation as to how, because like you said, so just because um Cap didn't become Captain America, Iron Man was made early. It's like,
Yeah, Iron Man was made early. There was no Winter Soldier.
there was no Winter Soldier. What's cool is we still what the one thing that was consistent, because I was like, damn, I was the thought I had in my head. What's cool is the one thing that they kept is the dance.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
they still had that date. They still had um. But one bad thing I could say that almost happened is Red Skull actually almost won.
Yeah, but then
He,
again, he also almost won in Captain America: The First Avenger.
but did he actually? But he didn't actually have the creature. Like,
No, but he had the Tesseract.
yeah, he did.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's true.
That
Um, and then giving Peggy a sword, that was
was epic. Yeah, that was epic.
too
She
epic.
came through with
Too
the sword.
epic.
I was like,
Dude, like, let's
that was just a
go.
slap to the face to Wonder Woman. You want to get rid of your
Right?
sword? We'll give our Wonder Woman a sword.
Right? Yo, that's so true. That's so true. I haven't watched the second one.
I haven't either. Wonder Woman,
No,
1984.
I mean, what if? So I don't
Uh,
know if they're connected in any way. I'm curious to know if they'll connect this what if series somehow. Because I feel like in the trailer, I could be mistaken, but I feel like I remember in the trailer seeing things kind of intertwined with one another.
it
Like they showed their version of the
yeah.
Avengers, and it was
That
the Gamora,
that would be pretty
Thanos,
interesting.
and
Like this what if series is just they're not all separate universes. This is happening in one
mm-hmm.
another universe, just one.
That would be crazy. I mean, we haven't seen the next episodes, but to think of what we'll have
Yeah,
all
what we saw in
intertwined.
the trailers and the posters.
Yeah,
You have Spider-Man, Doctor Strange,
right.
Spider-Man, Sorcerer Supreme.
That it's insane. It's insane. Um, I'm sorry.
hmm
It made me think. So, Red Skull gets the creature and she goes into wherever she goes, right?
Yeah,
I wonder where she went because it was time running different because she came back as if she had just finished defeating
yeah,
the creature.
yeah, maybe.
And next, what is it? What is it? 70 years later,
Yeah, same thing as Steve.
right? And it makes you wonder too: is Steve alive? Maybe he died in war because he kept going with the suit, and eventually,
Yeah, Steve was old.
technology caught up
It'd be
with
yeah,
them.
their roles would be reversed. Steve would be old.
Mm-hmm.
On his, yeah.
What did you think of the Watcher?
I'm not a big fan of the voice. I don't think it fits
Yeah, with
the
the look.
Watcher. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not what I pictured what a Watcher would sound like
yeah,
when I was like reading it and all that.
yeah.
But he was good. Like
I'm
I don't mind it as a him being the narrator and the voiceover.
yeah. Him implying that he doesn't intervene, which is the way of the
Yeah.
Watchers. I wonder if he will.
He called himself the Watcher,
Yeah,
not a Watcher.
yeah. They're probably just gonna make it simple, and just make it seem like he's the one being that sees everything throughout the
Yeah.
multiverse. Because in the
No,
comics,
but that's the thing. In Guardians 2, they showed multiple.
there were multiple. That's right.
They showed
I don't
multiple. It
know.
was a group
Maybe
of
they do
them.
a little, but they can't do that to Stanley's scene.
Yeah.
Retcon his scene. That was
Yeah.
messed up. Um,
It's interesting.
I mean, he did refer to himself as the Watcher in the comics. The only really
Okay.
a handful of people really knew his name,
You think
like
that's
big
Uatu?
players. I think so. I think so.
Why do you
If
think?
there's any Watcher they're gonna introduce, it's gonna
Why do
be
you think they're
Uatu.
waiting to say his name? You think they're gonna wait to the end of the series
I think
if they say it at
they're
all?
gonna wait until he actually has a conversation with someone. Because in the comics, like
Yeah.
people would talk to him, he'd just sit there.
He spoke to Doctor Strange.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we'll get that introduction
Okay.
in the future. But
Yeah, because I remember I was reading one of the, I forgot which one, and they had a full blown conversation. Him and Uatu.
yeah,
Doctor Strange was mad confused, like, "Why are you talking to me?"
yeah. Like, why we having a conversation? One interesting change because we did see Sharon Carter Captain America for a little in the comics, in the Exile comics. It was a few issues, but she was Captain America.
Okay.
So that's actually another big change. They gave her what was it, the British flag? I'm trying to remember
Yeah,
what it looked
they
like.
called her
Captain Carter. She was just
Captain
Captain
Carter,
Carter.
right?
But
Yeah, yeah,
in the comics, like it was actually the cap shield
yeah.
with the star. But it fits but it's confusing because isn't Shield is its own entity, isn't it?
I at this point I thought Shield didn't exist,
Wasn't
quote
she
unquote,
working for
quote
Shield at the
unquote.
time?
Yeah, but I thought like at this time, quote unquote, Shield didn't exist.
Okay, so she was working under like British
Yeah,
intelligence.
yeah.
Okay, because I was like,
Like they were like
if
the
this
army
is
and Shield were like its own. Like the army was working with them, but they
yeah,
were their own. I, if wait, actually, if I'm thinking about it, no, in the first Avengers, Shield didn't exist yet. Wasn't she one of the founders?
I believe so.
That's what I
I can't
mean.
remember. I would have to go back to that.
I believe she was one of the founders. They created Shield after
But
all of that with Captain
But it
America.
was the U.S. funding that project, the Super Soldier
I believe
project.
so, yeah.
That's what's
But the
confusing is why.
British intelligence were working with them. That's why they called her an agent, not a military soldier.
Hmm. I mean, all this would only matter if it continues, and then unless these are a one-off, we'll never
Yeah,
see this again. Even though people are petitioning for her to come live action,
that would be
but
awesome.
that would be
See her live action.
fucking awesome. That would be super awesome to see two Captain Americas.
But the thing is, from how big they made her look in the animated, how are they
Right?
gonna
They're
make
gonna
her
have to
look
give her a
that
muscle
big?
suit.
Yeah, because she's gonna have to look Steve
She's gonna
Rogers
have to
big.
start bodybuilding.
Imagine next time we see her, she's just
It's
brolic.
huge, no neck, and just
I'd be like, yeah, there we go, Captain Carter.
got the card here. No, I think they can pull it off though. I also like that how they of all the things that were different, they kept the scene of her coming out from saving the Howling Commandos,
Oh
shooting
yeah.
with the shield and everyone behind her. And what's funny is, yet this is happening when World War II time,
Yeah.
right? And yet Bucky's still wearing like a modern looking outfit with his modern look compared to everybody. Like, isn't
Yeah.
he a soldier? Why he has a nice jacket on?
Does he have a nice jacket on?
Right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's all I got. It was a short episode. That's all I could think of. Hopefully, I think part two's out. I don't know when we're gonna record part two, but
Yeah.
you'll be the first to know. Let us know what you guys thought of the episode. Or just of this what if series in general. If you have any cool what if ideas, please comment down below. It could probably give us a conversation to talk about. And yeah, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our episodes. And we'll see you all on the next one.